Hello everyone. As promised repeatedly and failed repeatedly, here is a vlog with me and my ever faithful companion, Sai. Let's start again. Shall I call you Izzard? Should we start again?
It's okay.
Do you want to carry on with that? Okay, that was
It's
terrible. We should probably have a script. Anyway, it has been absolutely ages, and a lot of why it has been ages is I've been trying to get back to a state where we're better than FortressCraft used to be. This is a pretty good position where we are now. So now we're somewhat better than we used to be in a lot of ways, and also in a lot of ways we're not quite as good. But a lot of people have been following us on Twitter. So basically, we are coming to Steam, we are coming to PC. There is a new version. It will be out this year, I hope. And no, currently there will not be another Xbox patch. Yes, I'd like to bring it to Xbox One. Yes, I'd like to bring it to PS4. Are there any other stupid questions I keep getting asked?
What about N64?
I don't think Unity has N64 support. They do have BlackBerry support, but pretty much don't think I'm going to try compiling it for BlackBerry. So, what's new? I think probably the first thing is the fact we actually have an interface that's quite nice. Like it's, we've got buttons that, it's actually a fairly professional looking interface. So that was the biggest complaint that Xbox Magazine had about FortressCraft, with the menus were crap, which doesn't strike me personally as something you would ever bring up as a complaint in a game. But hey, they did. This is probably the first bit.
Well, hang on, you say that, but the menus are a bit more important in FortressCraft than other games, because they're not just you don't just use them to get into the game, you use them throughout the game. So.
Oh, yeah, but they were basically, they didn't like the fact they were just ugly. I mean,
they were, though. I agree.
They're functional, but that seemed to be, they seem to focus on their review just endlessly about the interface. I'm like, well, you can run around and you can build stuff. It's not a game about menus, it's just one of those things. But they just seem desperate to just talk about the negative things in it. But
partly because that
we have focused quite hard. So, because I think one of the big things is the detail blocks, which we'll go into what used to be called custom blocks. We can now have 16,000 detail blocks. So hopefully this should be enough for anyone, he said. Because of, yeah,
I know. In 20 years' time.
Because of that, we've got quite an extensive searching system, so we can actually bring back metal sci-fi blocks. We can just bring back blocks marked as cute. So we've actually got the opportunity now to properly search through and find the different blocks you need, just because there's so many, and then you can assign those to all of the quick tabs. So you could have assigned the blocks out, so you at any point you have quick access to 70 blocks.
Those were tags, were they?
They're tags, yes.
So those are checkboxes rather than radio buttons?
Yes, that's correct. So you can have something that's sci-fi and cute. Currently it's an or search, not an and search, so it will be that you'll tick... if you were to tick urban, sci-fi and cute, it would only bring back blocks that were urban and sci-fi and cute. Right now, because I haven't finished writing it, it brings back blocks that are urban or sci-fi or cute.
Okay.
So that's still to be done. Not going to quietly ask why Black Grill is marked as urban, but I'm sure Todd had a great idea for that one.
Because it's a drain, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. The important thing there, though, is that you can hotkey up everything. The custom tabs will be renameable, so you can then set it up however you like. Once you've done that, basic building is much like it is in any Vox game. Click. Build. Builds pretty much instantly. See, once upon a time that would be enough. People would be wowed by that. So, one of the things that we just finished doing today is the super build. So, actually, no, I won't do super build yet. Let's do build to me, because I'm excited about build to me, because super build is kind of old hat. So, if you want to build a long, straight thing, you just do that. And it's really, really cool, because what it does is it builds from what you click on to you. So if I go up in the air, and I click there, it doesn't work. There you go. It builds just to me. So if I want to build a series of supports all at the same height, it just builds them all at the same height, apart from very occasionally when it doesn't. And then I can switch different block, and go across here, and actually just very, very, very quickly put things together. And as you can see, doing that by hand would take ages. And then hopefully, so I don't mess things up. Yeah, see, I messed it up. That's me being too quick with my clicking. And then we can build downwards instead. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not working. I'm going to have to investigate that one because it was flawless. So clearly I've broken something. It'll be alright by the time I ship it.
Yeah.
You get the idea, and this says also that's because it's still baking, but you get the idea that I'm trying to sort out removing a lot of the tedium from there. So this is kind of an extension to the little diggers and the little builders, which I nearly had a spoonerism there. But it's really awesome just to be able to build things so quick, and as you can see, it's just instant. It just really, really, really builds insanely quick. Just slightly confused why it wasn't building downwards. Yeah, see, that should have gone down. I have messed something up. I will look at that one. Put that on my the bug list for today. I'm doing so much work so quickly, so I'm not surprised that something has broken. But that was working. But that's cool for basically long.
It's because your crosshair's still only 32-bit. Got precision error.
So, this is the first of our more complex new menus. So you can see you've actually got a nice menu. It's actually all readable, and it's giving you all the information you actually need to know. Let's build a brick sphere. How big should we build the brick sphere?
12.
12. So that is a whopping 7,238 meters, which is it's quite a lot.
Terrain repurposing.
Build that. That's an awful lot, in fact. So you can see it's churning away there. It's working. It's currently building under the ground because I didn't position it very. I should have built it on top of this thing here. What I just made. So he's building away. But yeah, that's 12. Oh, what did I? Oh, I pressed the wrong button, or I've got a bug. Oops. I think I may have got build and delete mixed up.
Easily done.
Yeah, but even that, you can see there it's built this huge thing. Let's give that another. Hello again. Because I'm an idiot, the key to stop recording on Fraps is also the key to change what thing you're building. So, all of the bit about me building has just been lost, so we'll just start again on that one. So that's not that the game threw a wobbly, it's just like it started hammering the Fraps start and stop key. I seem to recall Si wanted a 12-sized hollow, solid gold sphere.
Nobody look at the size 12 hole in the ground.
Terrain repurposing.
And there we go. So that's what was it? 7,500 cubes it's building in this time. The best thing is you don't have to watch it. You can get on. You can do something else. You can just wander around here, and it will do all of its stuff. You see the little in the bottom right, the little green bar going down shows how much work it's got to do on the super build. You can queue up super build work as much as you like, which is
let's have a look at it.
Still going on. There, nearly done. I do plan to make this a lot faster as well, by the way. I can also show it to you in... I'll try it in instant mode, which...
that was interesting the way it was, as the layers were building up, you could see a sort of ridge halfway across the face, like it was doing it in batches, in waves.
It is doing it in batches. It does a bit of work and it stops. That ridge was probably the gap between nodes.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, as you can see, there is also an instant mode if you're doing something small.
Terrain repurposing. Terrain repurposing. Terrain repurposing. Terrain repurposing.
Not sure why you'd want to slap down quite so many spheres quite so rapidly, but the game does let you do it. So basic geometric shapes, I don't really think that you should be ever forced to sit there and create these things, because that's just rubbish.
Terrain repurposing.
No, Adam's already sat there for days building a cube. Building a sphere of every size, ready for
just for you. Actually, you can't joke about that, but like people pass around these designs on forums and stuff.
Yes, the blueprints for spheres.
I don't think you should have to do that. I really, really don't.
Yeah.
Okay, so
how to make a circle in Minecraft? I've seen those.
Well, I learned doing these all in pixels, you see. So to me, you go along 3, down 1, along 2, down 1, 1 diagonal, and you know it's all kind of there. But you can also build very, very, very big spheres. Now, if you're building a really, really big one, like really big, if you watch the fill solid, it will switch to fill hollow. Now, this is my hint back to the user that actually, I don't think you should be doing this. So if you want to do
Terrain
this,
repurposing.
I won't force you. If you want to do it, that's your own bloody lookout. But what it does is it flips to hollow mode rather than solid mode, because it's assuming you don't really need a radius 72 solid sphere. Like why would you? Why would anybody require a sphere like that? Again, it is building now, but obviously it starts under the ground. Again, I should have started on top of a hill, shouldn't I? I always think of this in retrospect. I should think about where I'm building them first. But it is working, hence the flashing light, so it is there somewhere. It'll do it in a second, and then it'll look awesome and impressive. Well, actually, while that's doing that one, let's make time go faster. So one of the things that hilariously Todd asked me about was, can you change the time of day? Yes, you can change the time of day. So you can whiz through, and you can actually see all the lovely lighting and shadows. See the valley lighting up during the middle of the day, and the shadows going down, and sunset. Where's the moon? The moon will be here somewhere. So you've got all of these lovely, lovely, lovely weather effects as well. So I can also say, make it rain or snow. So that's the sunshine one. Where's the snow? So I can actually change the weather to my heart's content. I'm beginning to worry if it is building now, but I'm pretty sure it's doing it. But you can say, so you can actually change the weather really quite nicely. So that's cool. That'll be something you can control for everybody. So if you make it snowing for you, it will snow for everyone.
A lady telephoned the BBC today saying that she thought a hurricane was coming.
It's really cool because it does take a time, but see the cloud when it's snowing, that it all gets very thickly overcast and the sun disappears. So you've also got lovely sun shafts as well.
You should play the theme song from The Snowman.
Didn't they do a spoof of... Oh, here comes the sphere. They did a spoof of that one, didn't they? It was very weird. Made me laugh. I won't recount it. We made
that is a big sphere.
Yeah, that's why it was taking so long. I probably overdid it slightly. Again, it's...
Now, can you interrupt it? Like if you say, now, there we go, that's how I want to build my city walls.
There will be an emergency stop button. I can pause it, but if I come back in, it will come back in. So yeah, I'm quite pleased that's actually doing that such a big sphere. But so the cool bit is not really the sphere itself. The cool bit really is the lighting. So you can see there as it's building the sphere, you can see it's beginning to cover it all up with shadows, which is awesome.
Have you seen the 1980s film Biodome?
No. Does it look like this? Does it have a 72 metre sphere? Oh, actually 144 metre sphere in it.
I'll leave that as an exercise to the viewer.
The thing is, that took a while, but to build that by hand would take you a weekend. So where it hasn't, one thing we haven't implemented yet is the flood fill lighting, so it's still quite unnecessarily dark, light inside. So that is still to come.
Oh, it was 1996, I stand corrected.
So let's see if I can do this without messing it up. So again, everything is still in a, I was going to say an alpha state. That's not quite fair. It's not even alpha. But one thing that FortressCraft was very good at. Now this is going to use the old interface. This interface will get redone before release, I promise.
So if you punched a hole or holes in the roof of your dome,
Yep.
do you get some nice lighting through it as the sun passes over, or is that asking a bit too much?
No, that exactly will. I'll show you. So here's a hole. It's quite small. So this is dark in here. If I find that the... Oh, there. Oh, yeah, did you see it?
I didn't, but I'm getting not very many frames per second. But
Where is it? It just whizzed past. I saw it. There it is. There. So just like the Well of Souls. So there you go. So currently it's not too dark in here, but you can see there's that hole there, and there's
nice.
The slow shaft moving through.
That's very good.
So,
is that difficult to do?
Yes, but thankfully I didn't do it. That's kind of one of the things that Unity's very good at, is lighting and shadowing. Something I'll come back to in a bit. I really wish right now, by the way, that Fraps was showing me if it was recording or not, because I don't have the overlay displayed, and I assume it's overlaying.
It's actually a testament to Unity that you can build FortressCraft with it, actually, isn't it?
Yes, I mean, I have been exceptionally happy with Unity. It really is amazing. The worst case scenario is sometimes it's just as hard to use as XNA, but it's never harder. It doesn't really get in your way. The only thing I say against it, and most people probably wouldn't care, but it's bit us quite badly, is the game doesn't Unity doesn't support instancing in any way, shape or form. So we've had to rely some other tricks to try and get the
You have to fake it.
yeah, but it's not as good. There's limits. Yeah,
What,
yes,
with imposters
we
or something?
Well, no, imposters unfortunately rely usually on instancing.
Right.
Unity does support imposters though. Okay. So, copy paste. Copy paste is amazing, but it's all still placeholder. There you go. Ba-da! Copy paste, and then you can rotate it, which is also nice. And then you can rotate it and position it in a slightly different place, which is also nice. You can also, and I probably won't be able to show you this too well, you can save it. So, oh gosh, that's ever so bright. Let me look at something dark. Yeah, so this is all, again, this is the placeholder interface, but you could get your copy-paste things, you can save them, you can quit the game, you can run them again, you can share copy-paste entries with other people. So it's not just copy-paste, it's a really powerful tool. And that's what these were created with, so that when the world generates, it adds things into the world. So, you know, see, we've got trees here, we've got houses, we've got all of these things added into the world. And the trick is that players can create their own thing, then add it to the world. So if you want to do like a Super Mario Brothers themed world, you'd create a whole raft of Super Mario Brothers themed injections, copy it into your world, create new world, and it means you'll have an entire custom world without having to do it yourself. So that means that you get a great basis for generating really awesome stuff without having to go in and do all the boring work yourself. Let FortressCraft do the boring work, basically. So our yeah, so this was asked for as well. You've also got minutes. Use with care. That used with more care than I just used it there. But now, of course, because I've just screwed it up, I can use the build to me function to fill that in nicely. Or very nicely. I'm quite impressed. Look, it didn't build up. So we've got workshops. They're all done. They are machinery. They actually let's do signs. Let's do a sign. That's not a sign. Let's do signs. Where did I sign that? Custom tab 1. There we go. So one thing that never made it into FortressCraft were signs. Wonderful, thanks Todd. So you have signs. Oh man, I've got no mouse cursor. I know I haven't trying yet. The big one. Nope, still got no mouse cursor. Wow. Epic fail. That was working. Somebody has broken it. It's probably me. But you could edit signs. Isn't that awesome? I will be right back after this job cut. Okay, sorry about that. I actually messed up the sign UI. So I assure you we have signs. I assure you you can look at signs, and I assure you can edit the signs. And I'll fix that before I put the next build on Steam. But what I was going to show you is that we have improved on and updated the workshop. So first of all, this will make something about you can have as many workshops as you like, literally, almost literally. You can also have the workshops any size you like. So I will just start by creating a very small workshop. As you can see, it's only a small workshop, so we will create a handy dandy custom block, sorry, detail block. I'm not calling them custom because I was so tired of people going, alright, but Minecraft has custom texture packs. I'm like, yeah, it's not quite the same as a, there you go, so there's a custom block. We should probably name it. Let's call it
Arch.
Stone Arch. I've just noticed I'm still walking while I'm moving around, so I should probably fix that too. It's a small stone arch. Now, this is what I think is the coolest new feature. So although we've got the custom blocks, we can have two texture types, which is scaled or unified. So if I go to unified and have a look at it, this means it doesn't scale the texture down when you create it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, there's a normal term for that in texturing 3D modeling stuff, isn't there?
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Whether it's tiled
I
or
thought we'd invented it.
scaled.
Not really, because what it means is you kind of, if I create like a, very quickly here, a sort of a mess, a set of steps, which I have, no, not completely screwed up. Oops. Yeah, that looks good. Right, did I do that right? So you can see there, we're actually carving out a shape from the original texture. Whereas in the other mode, it's one of those things, it's a lot easier to sort of do than it is to describe it in words. So in the other mode, it scales them all down, which gives it a much more high resolution look, but means it sticks out like a sore thumb that we're doing it differently.
Yeah, so I would call that tiled versus scaled textures.
Wow, we've got it unified and scaled. Get it? Unified?
Well, it's a nice feature.
It's awesome, to the point where I might never actually use non-unified ones ever again. So they do look nicely high res. Is that good? Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so now, so you can see now it's got like lots of little blocks on it, and it's almost symmetrical. So that's a good job on my part. Apologise for anybody who's trying to watch and is feeling seasick by my awesome driving skills. So we go to unified on the hand, you get this sort of effect there. So it's really powerful. It's really, really cool. So you can actually do loads of cool stuff with it. And as
Where's the iPad version?
well, it would just work on the iPad. That's one of the interesting things because it's Unity. So yeah, I think PC is my first concern. I'd like to get it out of the PC. I'd like to get it good on the PC. But because it's Unity, it means that coming out on other platforms is no longer an entire rewrite. It's mostly just an interface rewrite and possibly a performance rewrite. But one of the things that I've been focusing quite hard on is performance. So you can see here it's running, it's probably using up 2 or 3 gigs of RAM at this point. At full detail, and I do mean full detail, it will pull in about 12 gigabytes of RAM. We want to take that higher, but your video card starts to struggle at that point. Anybody's video card starts to struggle at that point. Scaling it down is just really a matter of just reducing the size of what we're doing. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ta-da! Now we have an 8 workshop. So now I can make much more detailed objects than I can here. So I can do, I'll create a, fall down a hole. If I create a similar sort of an object, you'll be able to see it's...
what did you just do? An 8 workshop?
An 8x8x8 workshop, as opposed to what I created earlier, which is a 4x4x4 workshop.
Oh, okay.
Neat, huh?
Yeah.
Unlike my skills. I apologise. I'm not very... That's the thing, I'm not very good at these sort of games. I'm not very good at... I'm good at Lego, but not like voxel games. This is kind of why I write them the way I do, is so I don't have to... I don't have to be good at them. The game is good at it for me. Okay. I think it's quite funny though, it doesn't grab the S key. Oops, and there's the help key. So now if I place that one, high res slope, you can see that it's a lot higher resolution than that one. But conversely, it's more expensive to render. And that's currently our biggest issue. If you go crazy with the customs, the performance will choke. But it's sheer vertex performance. There's no like massive overhead from the game. It's purely you're doing something that is too complicated for a video card. Just the sheer amount of polys you're drawing.
Now, as I'm looking at it now, everything's kind of yellow. Is that because of where the sun is?
Yes.
So, can you just go to noon?
Yeah, I can do. Sorry, because I'm running this in a window, my mouse keeps... that's midnight. There you go. Kind of a
Okay.
slightly yellowy colour.
It is. You know what? Because I've just realised there's something that's always annoyed me a bit. I think you need a higher colour temperature for your daylight. I've only just realised what it is that's always bugged me a little bit, and it's always been like that, hasn't it?
No, I mean, well, it's always been like that in FortressCraft 2. I was in
Yeah.
the original FortressCraft, the lighting engine had nothing to do with this. The day-night cycle was completely different.
Yeah.
A lot of the colour temperature also depends on the weather as well. So if it was an overcast day rather than a bright day, night times possibly should be a little bit bluer than it is.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, you're quite right. It's quite
Oh.
blue, isn't it, there in the middle of the day? Let's get to overhead. Yeah. You see that's almost literally middle of the day now, and it is quite blue. You are quite correct, and then it goes down to a orangier colour at night.
Okay.
So, speaking of night, nicely segueing into the bit. This is the bit I'm most excited about, but mostly because I wrote it today. So, we're giving access to the Unity lighting system. Now, if you remember, the FortressCraft lighting system was very clever and had some really cool tricks, but had the fundamental issue that there was a limit to what you could really pull out of it. And that was just because we were working on an Xbox with only 3 channels. We're using forward rendering. So now we can put down lights. We put down as many lights as you like, and I can wonder why the edit light interface is not working. Oh no, it was working like 10 minutes ago. What on earth? Well, as you can see here are some I made earlier. So these lights allow you to you can edit them all individually, or you can't because I broke it. What on earth is going on? No. We can edit them all individually. That's probably the coolest part. You can set their colours individually. You can set their radius. You can set their shadowing. You can really tweak them to your hearts. Not animated yet, because I only wrote this today. But you can see there, they're actually casting proper shadows, which is awesome. And proper shadows is something that I don't think I've seen any other Vox game do. They all give the similar sort of single light source, but here you can have as many light sources as you want casting your casting shadows, which is completely awesome. And if I could just work out why on earth it wasn't letting me edit the lights, I'd be very happy. But you can see there, so it's properly casting lights around. You can have these, you can have as many of these as you like. They can all cast shadows. They can be as many colours as you like. You can see them from a very long way away. Performance is
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
linear drop. Yeah, that's how far have we got to go? So as you can see, we've only generated 13% of the frustrum. So even there. So I'm now. Oh god.
Yeah, people are going to do nice stuff with that. Yeah.
My favourite thing, if I show you what I was doing.
Pretty things will be made.
Yeah.
Can you put a light in the workshop?
No.
Does it stop you, or does it just break?
I don't know what will happen, but I don't think I want to try it while I'm filming because it's already broken enough times today, embarrassingly. Yeah, you also, and I know people will ask, no, you cannot put customs inside customs. There is no workshopception. Well, actually, no, you could do that with the high and the low resolution ones, but I'm not going to let you. Okay, I'm going to, I would, small wood frame. And I'm going to put it on unified just because I like unified. Oh, okay, apparently I failed to name it. But it just, again, will show off the... Hopefully it will show off the shadowing nicely. Oh man, I need to tone down that build light. Does it show off the shadowing nicely? No, apparently not. Well, let's build that up a little bit higher. There's lots of things that haven't been done yet, so we still don't have slopes and pyramids because I do not want, again, to I want to create these as primitives rather than have people have to create them from customs. But hopefully, yeah, there we go. So you can see the lights casting shadows through onto that ever so nicely, which is cool. So it's just going to be so powerful. It's going to be completely awesome. I can't wait. So I'm crap. So my limit is cool. I can put down lots of lights and then fail to edit them. Don't know why. I can put down lots of lights and then I can put shadows, and that's the kind of the limit of me being creative. A lot of the people who they're good at creation, the sort of people who would create their own Lego models rather than just building the ones that Lego sell. These guys are just going to have an insane time with the power of what we're giving them. And again, if there's something that you think the game should have, let me know and I'll see if I can get it in. If it's a good idea, or I will mock you mercilessly in public if it's a bad idea, whichever seems funniest at the time. You're very quiet there, Si. You just bowled over by the sheer amazingness of big.
It's a bit of partly that, and partly I just mute the microphone so that I can make noise and drink beer and stuff.
Like you said that, and then the next sound effect was the sound of a beer can being opened. But yeah, you can see there the shadows are very, very good. They you can really create some brilliant stuff with them. And these ones still work. I just don't know why. So again, I don't think these ones have got shadows flipped on. So shadow casting lights are expensive.
Yeah, I was watching your frame rate earlier.
This should be. I mean, I did like 40 or 50 of them yesterday. I mean, it's a powerful computer, so you should be able to get quite a lot. But if you have a non-shadow casting light and you completely enclose it, it still makes light because that's how computer lights work. So that's kind of a trade-off. You won't be able to put shadow casting lights everywhere. They're just too expensive. They will one day, and that's the good thing, of course. As computers get faster, they'll get quicker to actually do things like that one. So you can see that I cover up the light source, it still makes light. But if I cover up the shadow casting light source, like so, thank you, Arthur. Boink. All the blue is gone. And if I just then
it went instantly, the speed of light.
Yeah, look at that, isn't that cool? Speed of light's interesting. They said the world we've got here is bugger, I've deleted it. The world we've got here is 1,000 light years per side.
Okay.
So to put it another way, and this is my favourite stat, if you were to travel from one end of the world to the other at the speed of light, it would take you 1,000 years, which is a stat I love.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, there's so much. But pretty much, I think I'm running out of hard drive space. So I think we should probably...
Well, let's just quickly say then.
Questions.
Well, I was going to say quickly, people watching this, if you want to see some other interesting stuff that Adam has been working on, have a look on my channel, youtube.com/Izard. There's a new video there, which was a recent LAN where we were playing around with the Oculus Rift.
Which is awesome.